He dropped his hands to his waist and dared you to hit him. You couldn't. He put one hand behind his back and knocked you out with the other. Nobody had skills like Roy Jones Jr. Nobody. And boxing may never see anything like him again. Seoul, South Korea, 1988 Olympics. A 19-year-old Roy Jones Jr. dominated the entire tournament without losing a single round.
Jones has opened up in strong fashion and calling card and take off right there. Boom. Reacted to the right by Park that grazed Jones.
In the finals, he outpunched his opponent 86-32, knocked him down. Then the judges gave the gold medal to the other guy, the host country's representative. The referee told Roy directly, "I can't believe they did that to you." The Korean fighter personally apologized for winning. Most fighters would have been destroyed. Roy Jones Jr. used it as fuel for one of the greatest careers in boxing history. He turned pro in 1989 and immediately showed the world something it had never seen before. Hands down at his waist, dancing, taunting, making elite fighters look like amateurs who had wandered into the wrong gym. His first 17 opponents, all knocked out. Not one of them heard the final bell. They called him Captain Hook for his devastating left. They called him Superman for his superhuman reflexes. Both names fit perfectly. By 1993, Roy faced Bernard Hopkins for the IBF middleweight title. Hopkins, the future legend who wouldn't lose for another 12 years, couldn't touch him.
Starting to get a little closer with Muhammad Ali's accepted body punch. Hopkins with two left hooks.
Another good right hand.
Jones seems...
Roy pierced his defense like a fencer, won every round, took the belt. That was just the beginning. In 1994, Roy moved up to super middleweight to face James Toney, the man with the impenetrable defense, 29 knockouts, and 0 losses. Before the fight, Toney talked trash. "Can't nobody teach me a lesson. I'm the teacher, baby." Roy made him look average. Third round, Roy threw a teasing move that made Toney overcommit. Then he leaped, actually leaped, and landed a left hook that put the undefeated champion on the canvas. Toney got up, kept fighting, but the damage was done. Roy won unanimously and became the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. What followed was a reign of terror that boxing has never seen repeated. Vinnie Pazienza in 1995. Roy won an entire round, all 3 minutes, without getting hit once. First time in recorded boxing history. Then he knocked Pazienza down repeatedly until the referee stopped it. Roy asked the ref to end it earlier. The ref refused, so Roy kept punishing him until someone showed mercy. Bryant Brannon in 1996. Roy knocked him down twice, mocked him between punches, then asked the referee to stop the fight. The ref said no. Roy literally said, "Look, you want more? Okay." Then delivered a knockout so brutal that Brannon needed extensive time to recover. That same year, Roy played a morning basketball game for $300, then boxed that evening and earned $1.7 million. 2 sports, same day. Virgil Hill in 1998. Roy delivered a right hook to the floating ribs that made Hill collapse in agony. Knockout of the year. Richard Hall in 2000. Roy spent 11 rounds humiliating him, dropping hands, opening up ridiculous angles. The commentators begged for a stoppage. This isn't competition anymore. This is a bloodletting. Glenn Kelly in 2002. Roy put one hand behind his back and knocked Kelly out with the other. When asked why, Roy said, "He stopped punching because I was countering him so much. Put your hand behind your back, he'll punch. Then pow." Nobody else would even try that. By 2002, Roy had conquered every weight class he'd entered. 47 and 1 record with 38 knockouts. The only loss? A disqualification on a technicality that everyone knew was robbery. But there was one challenge left. Heavyweight. In March 2003, Roy Jones Jr., a natural middleweight who started at 160 pounds, moved up to challenge WBA heavyweight champion John Ruiz. Ruiz outweighed him by 30 pounds. Everyone said Roy was crazy. From the opening bell, Ruiz looked terrified. Roy landed right hands at will. Ruiz took them but couldn't respond. For 12 rounds, Roy outboxed a heavyweight champion so badly that Ruiz's corner started screaming in desperation. The decision was unanimous. Roy Jones Jr., the kid robbed at the Olympics, the middleweight who made elite fighters look foolish, was now the heavyweight champion of the world. First boxer in history to go from middleweight to heavyweight champion. An achievement so insane it may never be repeated. To put it in perspective, that's like a welterweight today skipping 2 divisions and beating Francis Ngannou. What made Roy so untouchable? Speed, reflexes, angles no one had ever seen before. His hands-down style wasn't arrogance, it was strategy. With his hands low, he could throw punches from positions opponents never anticipated. His footwork was supernatural. He could sidestep and counter before opponents realized they'd missed. But there was one weakness: the ropes. Throughout his career, when Roy got backed into corners, he became vulnerable. As long as he circled the ring, nobody could touch him. But against the ropes, he could be hit. In his prime, his reflexes compensated. But reflexes fade with age. In May 2004, Antonio Tarver landed a single left hook that knocked Roy unconscious. First legitimate knockout loss of his career. 2 fights later, Glenn Johnson caught Roy against the ropes with a right hand that left him stiff on the canvas for 3 minutes. The decline had begun, but Roy kept fighting. Into his 40s, into his 50s. He moved to Russia, got citizenship, became beloved there. Won 11 more fights after everyone said he was finished. In 2020, at age 51, Roy stepped into the ring with 54-year-old Mike Tyson for an exhibition. Over 1 million pay-per-views. Both legends gave fans one last show. Final record: 66 wins, 47 knockouts, 9 losses, 4 division world champion. The only fighter to start at middleweight and win a heavyweight title. The man who dropped his hands to his waist and dared the world to hit him. They couldn't. And the scariest part, we might never see anyone like him again. Somewhere out there, a young fighter is trying to copy the Roy Jones style. Hands down, dancing, countering from impossible angles. But copying isn't becoming. There was only one Roy Jones Jr., and nobody had skills like him.